So for this video I'm going to show how I made these tie-dye effect stripy bracelets. These are made with macrame, and what I use is some flat cord and I use some variegated embroidery thread over the top, and I've sometimes pick two different colours for each side, so it's really emphasising the tie-dye effect, and I fasten these off with clasps. So I'm going to get started and show you how I make these. So to get started, you're going to want your board and your clips for attaching things to the board. And for this one I'm using flat cord like this one. It's about 3mm thick and you can get it from any haberdashery shop or material shops, that kind of thing. I'm also going to be using these crimps with split rings attached, and this one also has the clasp attached to it. You can buy these ready put together, or you can buy them all separate and put it together yourself. It's really down to personal preference. And then apart from that, you're going to want something like this. Now I've got a bit of a problem, I buy loads of this stuff because I really like it, but this does give a really nice effect of multicoloured and looks kind of tie-dyed, which is the effect I'm going to be going for here. And as well as that, you're going to want your ruler, pliers and scissors. So to get started, I've already cut out the embroidery thread, and what I've done is 3 feet of each strand, and there's 4 strands there altogether. So that's equaling for each side 6 feet, and I've done that on 1 foot per inch of bracelet. Now I've done 2 different tie-dyes here, so it'll create like an extra tie-dye effect to the bracelet when it's completed. So now I just want to add the crimp to the cord. So I'm only doing one side to start off with. So you want to put your cord into the crimp, and then you also want to put your embroidery thread in. And you can separate it whichever way you want, it's just down to personal preference again. So I'm going to put this and try and get it to one side as you do it. This is like probably the most fiddly part that you're going to have to do. So as you put that in, you can put your cord over the top and try and get it as close to the edge as possible. And then taking your pliers, just want to tighten the edges in. So once you've fastened on one end, you can just trim the excess. I will sometimes use a lighter just to burn the ends off if I can't quite get in with the scissors. Right, so once you've done that, you're going to end up with something that looks like that. So once you've got everything attached to your crimp, you just want to attach that to the top of the board. And I don't cut this down to size until I've finished the bracelet, which means that I can then attach the other part to the bottom of the board. I just find it helpful to keep this bit quite rigid while I'm doing my knotting. So then you just want to pick whichever colour you want to start with. And I'm going to do the same embroidery thread with the same thread, but you don't have to do it like that. You can pick to do it whichever way you prefer. I'm just going to do it this way. So starting off, it's just going to be simple square knots all the way down. And you want to try and get it to the top as much as you can to cover up your actual cord. So you want to knot it quite tight, but not too tight, so that you actually warp this part of the cord. So once you've done that, you can take your other colour and bring it over the top, or you can do it under the bottom. It's whichever way you want to do, but just do it consistently each time. And then again, you're just doing a square knot. So again, you're going over the top, and you just want to repeat this until you've got the bracelet as long as you want it to be. So once you've got your bracelet to the length that you want it, you can remove it from the board, and then taking your thread and your cord, you want to add the last clasp. So you want to check which way you put it on that side and do the same on the other. And then once you've done that, you can just cut the excess off. And if you want to burn any of the excess, you can. I sometimes do that just to neaten it up a bit, but that's entirely up to you. And then you will end up with something that looks like that. So now you just want to put your bracelet on, and as always, this can be a little bit tricky when you're putting it on your own wrist. But once you've done, you'll end up with something that looks like that. So I hope this video was helpful or inspired somebody, and thank you for watching.